Shalom, first and foremost, all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Arachakmadash. They belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you, elect. Shalom unto you. Shabbat Shakwat from the Las Vegas Church. Just want to get into this Nevada spotters and image of the beast technocracy, okay, that's going on. And we have here in Nevada, from the Las Vegas Review Journal, okay, it says over 5,000 reports of vehicles with no registration sent to DMV. And that's this spotters program that they're running. Okay, let me read to you what that is. All right, so lots of info I ran through the chat GPT. We got to know that they're going to cut this off. And it gives a lot of info in a short way. Beautiful for the ministry. Anyway, it says, what is the Nevada Spotter Program? What the Nevada Spotter Program is. The Nevada DMV Spotter Program, sometimes called License Plate Spotter, recruits trained volunteers or city employees to help identify unregistered or expired vehicles parked in public areas. Participants, sometimes from the city parking enforcement, towing companies, or neighborhood services, report vehicles with expired registration, vehicles with no visible plates, abandoned or improperly parked vehicles. What is this saying? In a nutshell, in simple terms, somebody that's not their job to do this, but they can spot your car and see something up and call the DMV and give them your license plate and tell them that you're doing something wrong. So it's making the average citizen a part of this system. And what is this tying us into? When you think of the bigger picture, what is this tying us into? The social credit system. Okay? This is what Palantir was in their video, the Palantir video was talking about. Okay, but instead of it being, hey, you didn't make this payment, hey, you've eaten too much beef allotment this month, change now to mealworms or whatever. Okay, this is showing you that now the average customer, a citizen, will be involved, which brings you right back to the Black Mirror episode, Nosedive. We keep bringing up the social credit score with Nosedive and how that was a technocracy ran society all throughout that show. Okay, showing you where this can possibly go. And I don't mean possibly, I'm just saying that was showing a possible scenario how it can go. But this is a very real thing, as with China as the model. Okay, it says their reports go to the Nevada DMV or local law enforcement for verification and citation. So you can snitch on somebody, and I'm using the word snitch. You can report somebody because they're parked in the handicap zone when they don't have handicap plates, because they're pulled up to the gas station and they're sticking too far, whatever. I mean, I'm just making up things, but you can see how this can potentially, somebody's mad. You cut them off in traffic, now they can report you. Now the police are checking your car out. Okay, sending a citation, especially, and I don't know this yet, but if they have it, and I don't know what they're going to say. I haven't read all the way through the original article. I don't remember the whole thing, but when I was reading through it, I don't, like I said, this may have this in there, okay, to where somebody could falsely do it. But if they have it to where you can take pictures from cell phone or whatever, if they're driving down the street and you pull your phone out, you're driving, not a citation for you for driving while operating a cell phone. Man, it's crazy. Okay, that's just common thoughts. Anyway, it says its purpose, the main goals are increase vehicle registration compliance, which funds road maintenance and public safety programs. Yeah, there's always the state landmark here in Vegas, particularly, but Nevada, is the orange cone. It's like a running joke they have here, but it ain't a joke when you're driving around in traffic. It said remove abandoned or untraceable vehicles that could be linked to crimes or nuisance activity. Support law enforcement visibility in neighborhoods by showing active oversight and follow up. Now, here's the thing. Who's this going to affect the most? Jake. It's going to affect Jake the most. Why? Because Jake is the one that lives below the poverty line, that don't have enough reserve to constantly stay up on insurance and top level insurance. Okay? Jake don't have $300 or whatever it will cost a month for full coverage, depending on where you go. Okay? And then if something happens and somebody hits you, you know, they say crime is worse in the hood. It is. You know, people stress, people do more drugs, people drink more. All they say that. This is what they say. Okay, you can do the stat checks on that, and I'm sure it's gonna come back to Edomites do it big, but it's an issue. It's policed in the Jake neighborhoods, right? And so now you're helping out law enforcement. Okay, just like the tracers, contact tracers. Okay, so how it functions as a crime deterrent. Even though it's not a crime fighting technology like Millstone and ALPR, and I'm going to show you what the ALPR is, it does deter certain crimes indirectly, reduces anonymous vehicle use. Unregistered license plateless vehicles are often used for hit and runs, on purpose, hit and runs, drug transport, vehicle theft, or other crimes requiring anonymity, you know, so you can be anonymous. By removing and flagging these vehicles, the program reduces criminals' ability to operate unnoticed, increasing perceived law enforcement presence. Yeah, because now everybody's involved. Now you got to watch yourself. When residents see spotter stickers, DMV agents, or marked patrol scanning plates, it sends a clear message that vehicles are being monitored. That visibility alone discourages minor crimes and traffic violations. A classic broken window effect in community policing. Yeah, the broken window effect. That means when you see a broken window, if it's left unfixed, it creates an environment that it's okay to create more vandalism. You know, then next a broken window, next is trash on the ground, and after the trash, then it's like graffiti, and just then people get mugged and whatever else. Feeds into larger surveillance ecosystems. If the data from the spotter program integrates even partially with systems like, and I'm going to bring up these ALPR networks, Millstone X project feeds, or city public safety dashboards. Okay, then unregistered vehicle reports can be cross-referenced in real time, plate scans, or ongoing investigations, strengthening digital surveillance and tracing networks. Okay, and if I were to add Palantir into this ChatGPT, I'm sure it would line right up. We should already be able to see that. Okay, encouraging community involvement. Yeah, great. So let's jump up to ALPR. Camera flocking. Okay, what camera flocking means and how it's used to fight crime. Pretty much the question I asked, and it thought for 18 seconds, which is pretty long for ChatGPT. It says, in two related ways, the short answer. As a technical idea, applying bio-inspired flocking swarms algorithms to coordinate multiple cameras or drones so they cover an area, avoid blind spots, and track moving targets together. This is common in multi-camera tracking in drone teams, which Nevada recently, let me grab it, see if I got the image. Okay, and this was something, yeah, I did a video on this, a quick video, but this was a few months ago from September, well, yeah, I guess last month, September. So LVMPD, Las Vegas Metro Police Department, launches Project Blue Sky Phase 2, integrating drone hubs to boost response and safety in Las Vegas. Okay, and this is where the drones chill at. Okay, these fly around and you get into it, they fly around and take images before the police show up to know what's going on, and you got to think about the possibilities of putting thermal imaging cameras, and so they can look into certain buildings and homes and whatnot, and do certain things so they can identify a threat. Okay, so you put all of this together, the surveillance is what this is really talking about. Okay, all right, so getting back in it, what does it say? Read it again. As a technical idea, this is the technocracy. When you look up the word, or the definition of the word technocracy, it basically means ruled by technology. Okay, and this is when you go to the book of Revelation 13 and 11, right? It says, in the KJV, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. What's the another beast? That's the rebirth of the ancient Roman Empire, which is through the Western society, which is a rebirth of Rome, like the EU, NATO nations. Okay, and particularly America. Okay, it goes on to say, and look up what those EU, NATO nations are. If you're young in this thing, it's okay. If you don't know, Google them. It's okay. You know, they fit right into the prophecy. Prove all things and hold fast, which is good. Study to show thyself approved. So go into that, okay? There's a lot of these videos, we won't have time to go and give you every bit of information. You got to go get it for yourself, okay, to build up your faith in it anyway. Plus, it feels good when you accomplish something anyway. So the draconian law spoken as a dragon, you know, the two-party system, the two sides to the law, you know, making political, you know, politics and everything, but they're both putting together a draconian side to it, right? Now, when you go on, okay, and it goes to the first beast, you know, before them, which was the ancient Roman Empire, and the beast that came up after it, okay, is talking about this here. Okay, now when you get to the 13th verse, this is where we want. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven in the sight of men. And that wonders, let's go into that word, see what it says. I wonder what they're going to say. Semeion. Semeion. I don't know.
Strong's G, 4592, Semeion.
Semeion, right?
Semeion.
Okay, going through these remarkable events soon to happen of miracles and wonders by which God authenticates the men. Okay, that's talking about something else, but it's gonna get into that. But it's talking about something, because this isn't from the Most High. This is from man on earth that created these things. It's talking about the first beast did this. Okay, this whole old structure, the ancient Roman Empire brought this technology forth. Okay, and that's how they're doing it, with their science and technology. Okay, now when you go back, or you continue to read, talking about those wonders, it's talking about the miracles in the 14th verse, where it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, by the same word, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image. This is what we're talking about, this way of life, based in a technocracy, to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Let's see what the word miracles means in this. It means that those miracles, Semeion, same word, okay? Let's see. An image icon. Okay, image figure, but this is going to get down to use of the moral likeness of renewed men to God. That's not the image we're talking about. That's a righteous image. See, applied to man on account of his power of command. Applied to man on account of his power of command. Okay? Right? But it's talking about a way of life. You know, how people, like Trump is doing all these things. He's not the one something, but he's the thing. Profile. When you profile, it's not just a side view of something. There's other definitions to the word profile. Profile is also like a jacket, or not a jacket. What's it called? You can read about somebody, all the works that they've done. Okay, crimes or whatever. Okay, and that's what it's kind of going into. This man wants to have all these other what's the word I want to use? Securities, for lack of a better term, okay, that he can execute. It's the power of the Most High he wants to have, but he's going through it on the left hand side, and that's what this he's trying to do, trying to build. It said in Second Thessalonians. Let me grab that, and then I'll go back into the lesson. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 in the KJV. Let no man deceive you by any means, and this will deceive you. How? It deceives you by you falling and getting the safety and the convenience of this technology, that they're really taking away your safety and convenience and giving up your freedoms to more control. Okay? For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, which happened, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And who's that? Them that run the beast. Okay, the Edomites. The rebirth of the ancient Romans in that system. Okay? Does that mean there's no other nations, or there's no Jakes or whatever? Of course there are people that's in this system that build it up, but they're not running it. Edomites are ruling the world at this time. Scriptures say in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, Jacob is the end of Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay? So when you consider that, it's showing you that this is who's ruling, and he's the son of perdition. His track record speaks on it. Okay, and it goes further. It says, who opposeth, and I'm not going to read it all, but it goes all the way down. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And this is the thing. He wants to have that God-like role in the earth where he controls everything. Okay? And the only way that he's able to accomplish it is through his science and technology. Okay? And he's accomplishing it through his science and the technology. This is what we're looking at. Okay? And his philosophies and strategies. Okay? And his insatiable appetite to control and kill and to lie. All right? So let's go back and see what he's doing with this technology that he has power to do in the sight of the beast, right? So the next is as a practical deployment pattern. Many fixed cameras or license plate readers, okay, are networked together into a single system or flock, so data from many points can be searched and shared with police. Commercial vendors and community programs market these networks as tools to deter and solve crimes. Okay, and I did it on camera flocking before, and in this Milestone X project, right? Done a video on that. You can go deeper out and find it in my videos, but and hopefully it's still up. But now they're adding the people as another element to it. Okay, and they're gonna sell that as the social credit score. And when you call in, oh, like they showed on the Palantir thing, it said if you've earned 50 points because he took a picture of somebody bugging out, cussing and saying whatever else in the Palantir video. You earned 50 credits for the day. And then he ran off before the lady can get angry. And her thing went down and his went up. Okay, this is how the social credit score is gonna. It's like looking for Pokemon or something. I never did that, but I know people that have. It's like the same thing. It's a game. This was all not predictive programming. Well, yeah, predictive programming, but they're gradualism, getting you into doing this stuff. Okay, and they're continuing to just build that system and build your minds towards it. And you're scanning your hand. And you can tap your card. And you can tap your phone. What are you holding your phone with? Your hand. Okay, they're doing all of this to build up this image, this way of life, this system that people are going to have to live by based in technology. Okay, commercial vendors and community programs market these networks as tools to deter and solve crimes. How the technical flocking approach works, the robotics computer vision side. Flocking algorithms inspired by birds, fish, give each camera drone simple local rules: stay near neighborhoods, align motion, avoid collisions, right? When applied to camera platforms, these create emergent behavior where the group dynamically repositions to cover a moving suspect, hands off track. We've seen this in movies. This is in different movies. I'm trying to think of which movies that they have this in. I think it was in the first Purge movie, not the original Purge movie, but the first Purge was the name of the movie. Okay, I think I've seen it in well, they had drones in the movie They Live, but they was coming around. Well, what are you doing, little fella? Come to tell them where I am. It was a drone in that, and it could only be seen when he had the glasses on. Like, this is getting crazy out here, and you guys don't really see the policing that's happening. Okay, and this is here in Nevada, and we know it's going to happen more over America than we see the patrols of ICE, and it ain't even about that. It ain't about getting immigrants anymore. Okay, it's about grabbing up who they want to grab up. Anyway, and they're doing facial recognition, and matter of fact, I'm gonna add that into this video, the facial recognition. Hands-off tracking between units so nobody loses sight, and reduces blind spots by keeping drones coordinated. In practice, this is used for mobile surveillance, drone swarms, and vehicle-mounted cameras, and for coordinate. Oh, and that was the other movie I was thinking. Where they did the cameras moving around and satellites, and they did all of that in the movie Enemy of the State. Okay, for coordinating pan, tilt, zoom cameras and networking cameras in large areas, stadiums, campuses, public safety. The goal is better persistent tracking and faster evidence capture. Okay. How is it done to help? Vehicle tracking and alerts. Networks of ALPR, automated license plate reader. Automated license plate reader. Say it again. Automated license plate readers. Cameras scan plates and create searchable trails. And this is why we say here at Great Millstone, get yourself together with all of that. Okay? Get yourself together, man. They're cracking down. Give this devil no reason to mess with you, because now they're going after it. Okay? Anything they can get you on, they're gonna get you on. And they don't need anything. That's the point. They don't need anything anymore to get you for. Right? It says scan plates and create searchable trails. If a car is linked to a crime or Amber Alert, that's how they're also going to Amber Alert. So it's this kind of car. They get you. That's how they're going to sell it. For the network can generate matches alerts for investigators. Companies selling these networks explicitly position them to help find getaway vehicles, stolen cars, or missing persons vehicles. And Amber Alerts, when you see them on signs and on your phone, they put you on, oh, that's the car there. Let's find this little girl they're stealing, and so on and so forth. Right? Evidence and investigations, video plate trails from multiple cameras can provide timelines and routes. They said the guy that drove to Vegas and parked the Tesla in front of Trump's thing and detonated it, okay, they track this whole movement because the Tesla tracks it. But if they had this also, back to where they could see him loading up the truck, they might have something different. They may have been able to prevent it, right? And that's the whole thing, pre-crime, to prevent things now. We need to prevent crime. That means we need tougher policing. Let me see. Yep. Identify suspects and collaborate. Witness statements. Deterrence claim. Vendors and some police departments report reduction in certain property crimes after installations. When you see those big cameras, that's like on two wheels. It's like a little trailer. So on two wheels, it's got a whole little thing. Then it has a big pole, if you will, coming out of it with a camera sitting on it. Yeah. And then they got the blue and red flashing lights or a big bright white light also. Okay. They do that on purpose, which is deterring crime. But they never think about what created the crime in the first place. Everybody made a living wage and had a job to do, which they're probably going to build that as part of the system. They get rid of all the undesirables, like in different shows and movies. Now everybody's got to have a job, like in 15 Million Merits. Get on the bike or something, okay, and earn your money that way, right? It says vendors and some police departments report reductions in certain property crimes and installations. Proponents argue that visible camera network deter opportunistic offenders. Effectiveness varies by context and is debated, right? Important caveats, privacy law, and mixed evidence. That stuff's not important because they're not going to look at it, but you can pause and read it. Okay, the bottom line. Pause and read it, but let's jump to Milestone X Project. Okay, it fits perfectly, a very relevant connection. What Milestone Project is. I'm going to read this, then I'm going to show you the video. Milestone X Project is a video management system software that connects, records, manages, and analyzes feeds from many cameras. It's widely used in law enforcement, transportation, retail, and city surveillance setups. It doesn't make cameras, it integrates them. From CCTV, IP cameras. What is IP cameras? Okay.
Camera, or Internet Protocol camera, is a digital video camera that connects to a network. It sends and receives data, and unlike traditional cameras, it can send high-resolution footage remotely from anywhere with an internet connection.
Okay. So I broke it down. Okay. These cameras can be connected to Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable. Can also supply power through power over Ethernet technology. IP cameras. Okay. What can they do for you? All right. This is what's out there in 2025. And this isn't even necessarily the newest of the technology. You think your IP address doesn't watch what you click on? You think these cameras that you can take pictures, and shoot videos with the camera on your laptops and whatever and phones or whatever, like this one, you think it's not recording? Okay. My son was in there watching. I have a young son watching kid cartoons, and then a commercial comes on, and it's like a young kid talking about nigga shit, man. And I'm like, what's the chance that a 7-minute cartoon, in the middle of a cartoon, a 7-minute video would come on of a kid talking about it, like a drill rapping kid, man? But it was a drill rapping kid. It wasn't very little, but it was real. I can't think of what what it was, but this is what's going on. People said they can see, like the other camera, the two-way camera came on, they can see somebody from China through his TV in the corner watching him. Even when the TV was off, it was still up there on the screen where he can see through, watching him. Okay? This is what's going on. All right? This is where we're at in technology now. And we know China and all them other technological countries have helped this system be built. Okay? Going back to, well, that was what that said. Okay? Let's see. Project X. It says how Project X fits into a camera flocking crime prevention network. Well, I'm going to show you the video. You can read that for yourself, but I'll show you the video. Nice and easy. All right, here we go. Fair use, fair use, fair use, not for monetary gain or value, simply for educational purposes.
First and foremost, I know drug trafficking, a lot of it's done on foot. A lot of people, because a lot of drug-dependent people will walk up to a house or to a car and buy drugs. So first thing I do is I go over to my class, and I just want people.
Let me show you the still shot real quick. This is the still shot. He's going to get into this. Okay, I just want you to see a second of what's really going on. Look at the times. Look at the movement. Okay?
Class, and I just want people. So I eliminate all the car noise. So now I just have the people that go through the scene in a 24-hour span of time. And I'm actually watching that in 9 minutes and 44 seconds. So I figure out now the next thing I want to do is where do these people go the most? So I use the pass.
The pass.
And right then and there, I have my drug deals in seconds because there's the frequency meter right there, and I can see the pass. So these two houses were in concert, and we did search warrants on these later. But I also want to go, just for my own edification, how many people just go to that little door, like right there, every day? How many people go into that intersection? And this time, because I went a little higher, it's 400 because they cross underneath here too. So you can see every one of these people walking, and all these people are going, and the car gets are going right to that. Look at that. Does that look like a regular house deal, or does that look like a drug market? It's a drug market. How long did that take me to do?
Now it's crazy. It looks like they're doing it all at once, but it's not. They actually have them going at different times. This is no different than they can share this technology with cars. He can put it on cars. He just used people. Okay, I think when he scrolled down, let me see if I can go back. You can do it just for cars. Let's see here. Okay. There you go. All right. What it said, but let's see let's see what he said.
That little door, like right there, every day. How many people go into that in concert? We did search warrants on these later.
The pass.
And right then and there, I have my. So I figure out now the next thing I want to do is where do these people go the most? So now I just have the people that go through the scene in a 24-hour span. Class, and I just want people.
So you got cars. Huh? I just want people.
So I eliminate all the car noise.
So I eliminate all the cars. So I take that off the screen of the camera. This is the technology that's out there. And now with people watching, so this is a full system. And I continue to do these videos because they're always adding something. One time it was flogging cameras, okay? Or the flocking, or whatever they call it. Then it's this Project Milestone X project, right? And then it's the drones, okay? And let's get the other one right quick. And I'm not going to finish this video. You can go see what it's called, right? And look at this, okay? Facial recognition cameras in public. New Orleans AI surveillance cameras 3 days ago says public safety or privacy violation. Okay, talking about New Orleans, but there's one more I'm looking to see. Status of state laws on facial recognition surveillance. You can see the different cities. Facial recognition. I was in a store somewhere today and it felt like they had that. What was it, Walmart? I don't remember what store that was. There's a big camera right there and I didn't look up at it. But anyway, let's see. Burlington, was it? Okay. Burlington Coat Factory's alleged use of facial recognition sparks concern. Okay. And I had something on it. The Vermont police use automated surveillance tool for license plates drops sharply from 2019.
Recognition technology is a simple idea. Use computer software to match faces to photographs and solve crimes. But it has its critics. The software sometimes gets it wrong. It can have particular problems with people of color. And a 2023 report by the Government Accountability Office found that some federal agencies adopted the technology without training those who used it.
There's an inevitable tension whenever there's
Okay, that's Aurora, Colorado police. Okay. Retail chain Burlington requiring customers to take photos before entering at certain locations as a desperate attempt to stop customers from stealing. In the Bronx. Retail chain Burlington. They took the Coat Factory. I guess they revamped themselves. Requiring customers to take photos before entering at certain locations. Wow. Okay. It says it's from Blackbeard. Shoppers in the Bronx are raising questions about whether Burlington Coat Factory is using facial recognition technology at its stores. Customers say they've noticed cameras positioned at the entrance and throughout the store, and one employee reportedly told a local news crew that the system can identify people who may have previously stolen. Burlington, however, denies the use of facial recognition. The company spokesperson told News 12 that while the retailer does use cameras and other surveillance tools for loss prevention, it does not employ facial recognition technology in any of its stores. The report notes that cameras appear to record patrons as soon as they walk in, and some shoppers believe the setup feels like a new level of monitoring. Privacy advocates warn that without transparency, customers may be left uncertain about how their images are being used. As retail theft continues to be a challenge for major chains, the whole brick and mortar thing is being taken down by theft. Companies like Burlington are increasing their reliance on surveillance measures. Still, the controversy highlights a growing debate over balancing security with customer privacy. And that's in the Bronx. Okay. All right. So this is what you're seeing. All right. This is all getting everybody ready. And so imagine when it's like you can now snitch on somebody by taking a picture with your camera phone. Okay. And then, then you get credits or whatever the case may be on your social credit score. And the carbon part of that goes along with that as well. Okay, so I just want to bring this out. Didn't want to make it super long, but just want to bring this information out. This is the image of the beast setting up, and one more bar, one more link in the chain that's locking the people down. All right, so Lord willing, that I find giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Al Hakwadash, until the next one, Shalom.